Hi, I'm Pam Hiller, AccuQuilts cutting expert.
And I'm Erica Botker, AccuQuilts creativity expert.
Okay, we are so excited to have Carolina Moore in the studio with us today. Carolina is an author and a blogger and a YouTuber and a pattern designer and a Notions creator, and she lives in sunny San Diego.
I do, and now I get to add AccuQuilt designer to that list because we have a new die, the AccuQuilt boxed bag die. It's a 2-die set.
2-die set.
Yes.
Yep. And today we're going to make this fat quarter grocery tote. This is a super simple bag to make. It's super handy. And all you need is 4 fat quarters from your stash and a little bit of webbing for the straps.
And we bought that webbing at a craft store.
Yep.
Super fast. It comes on a big roll.
Yep, and you just buy it by the yard. You will need 1 yard of webbing.
Okay, I'm gonna move our little tote. It's perfect for our Go Me.
It is.
All right.
I love this because how often do we have fat quarters that we fall in love with and then we don't know what to do with them? So this is a great answer.
Especially those fat quarter bundles that we make quilts out of, and then you have a couple fat quarters left over and you want to use them because you love them. So we've just trimmed these down to 18 by 20 inches.
Okay.
If your fat quarter isn't perfect, because that happens, then trim them to 17 by 19 inches. And you're fine.
Okay. It's not gonna make that big of a difference, right?
It really won't.
All right, so I'm gonna move our rotary cutter and our ruler because we've trimmed our fat quarters.
Yep, so now we're gonna grab our box bag die.
Okay.
So this is one of the dies in the 2-die set.
Okay.
And we are going to cut 3.5 inch squares off of this. So we have our fat quarters. I've cut them down to a perfect 18 by 20 inches.
Okay.
But if your fat quarter isn't perfect, which happens sometimes, you can do it 17 by 19 inches. That's also fine.
As long as they all match.
As long as they're the same size, this is a forgiving pattern.
Okay.
So we grabbed our box bag die.
Okay.
And we're gonna cut these on the box bag die. We're gonna cut a 3-inch corner.
Okay.
So what we can do is we can take 2 at a time because the AccuQuilt will cut 6 layers.
Correct.
And we have a total of 8 layers.
Okay.
So we're going to just fold this in half and cut 2 of these. So 4 layers.
Okay.
Putting it at 3 inches right here.
Excellent.
And we'll run these through the machine.
Right.
So we wanna make sure that we pinch that and we don't shift it.
Okay. Pinch.
Yep.
Pinch.
Now, the reason that we're cutting the long side, so this is our 20-inch side, as the bottom is because the directionality of fabrics, and this fabric right here is directional.
Okay.
So because sometimes you have directional fat quarters, you don't want this fabric to be sideways, so that 20 inches are bottom and our top, and the 18 inches are our sides.
Oh,
That makes
look at
sense.
this. Look at that, quilters.
That's perfect.
Okay, so that's 2.
That's
so now
2.
we've got 2 more to cut.
So we just cut the other 2 the same way. So now we have all of our box corners cut, and this is what gives the depth to the tote. Instead of having just 2 pieces of flat fabric with pointed corners, this depth makes it a great grocery tote.
And I feel like we should have 100 of these, right? Just give to family and friends for holidays and gifts and Christmas.
They're so easy to make. You'll want to make them with all your fat quarters. So now we take our corners, we just fold them in half.
And we're just gonna chain piece.
And we're going to chain piece all of these. So you want to make sure that you anchor your stitches, lock those stitches, so go back and forth at the fold, and then go all the way to the end, and then do the next one. Excellent. So can I hand these to you, Pam, and you'll sew?
Yes.
We're gonna fold these.
So now we just fold the other side and start sending the other side through.
What's our next step?
So now you just take 2. You want to pick which 2 are going to be your outside and which 2 are going to be your inside.
Okay.
I sometimes like doing lights on the inside and darks on the outside, but again, this is reversible.
Right.
So then it'll be lights on the outside, darks on the inside.
Okay.
But you pick your pairs and then line them up. You just need 1 pin on each corner. Look at that, I say pins and magically they appear.
Isn't it
Only
fun
my sewing room really did work that way.
Isn't it fun to sew with friends?
It's so much fun to sew with friends. So we've pinned our corners just by nesting those seams.
Okay.
And now we're going to, leaving this top open, so down one side, across the bottom, and up the other side.
Okay.
Okay.
So this will be our inside, and then we'll make these 2 our outside.
Okay.
So Pam, as you're sewing this lining piece, you want to make sure to give yourself a good 6 inches at the bottom that is unsewn, and that's going to be the hole that you use to turn the bag right side out at the end.
All right, Carolina, I'm coming here to the end.
So when you get to the end, that is the 2 sides of our bag done, and all we need to do is put the 2 sides together with the handle sandwiched in between.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to measure 6 inches in from each side.
Okay.
You could do this at the beginning. You could also do it now. So we're just going to measure 6 inches in and make a mark. And you want to make sure that you do it on both layers, the front and the back of the bag.
Sure.
And then on both sides. So 6 inches in, make a mark.
And this is a water-soluble pen, so.
And this
Nobody
mark will be in the
panic.
seam allowance as well, so no one will ever know.
Perfect.
It's also, I mean, this is a grocery tote. It's not like haute couture, so it'll be okay.
Okay. And do you want to mark it on this one or no?
Nope, we just need to mark it on one because that one is going to go right side out and get tucked right inside here.
Okay.
Just take these seams, those seams, those seams.
It's like putting a pillow in a pillowcase.
Exactly. So now we can pin our sides so that our seams line up. I'm going to nest those seams, put a pin here.
Okay.
And then on this side, nest the seams and put a pin here. And the straps are super simple. Now, if you wanted to make fabric straps instead, you can use the AccuQuilt strip cutters and make fabulous straps.
Oh, yes.
Strip dyes make amazing straps.
We have 18 sizes of strip dyes starting from 1 inch finish all the way to 6.5.
So you can make from spaghetti straps up to really wide straps.
You could.
That's right.
Yes. So you take your strap and you want one side up, and then you're just gonna flip it so the other side's up on both sides. And that keeps you from getting a twist. So I'm gonna do that again.
Okay.
You take it and just flip over both sides.
Okay.
Okay.
And now you're going to tuck this in between 2 layers and put it where you have those marks. So say you have that mark on this side. Now here's my trick when adding straps, because straps are super important. If your strap pops off out of your bag, then you've lost the functionality of your bag.
Right.
So for me, I always leave my straps out 1/4 inch.
That's a great tip.
That's a great
Because
tip.
then you have given yourself that extra room. If you line everything up and things shift, then you haven't given yourself any extra room.
Right.
So we're just gonna pin that
And then
in
you're going to be
place.
sad.
Then you will be sad. I mean, you can fix it because, you know, we sewed it. So if we know how to
can-
sew it, we know how to fix it.
We know how to seam ripper it.
But we don't want to have to, right?
No. It's really sad if you give it to a friend and then they say, oh, but my handle, my strap broke.
Oh, yeah, that would not be good.
Okay.
So we've done that one. Flip it over. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side.
Flip.
Flip. Tuck.
Tuck between the 2 layers. And then if you each want to grab a pin, you can pin each of the 2 sides.
grab
I'll
one
hold
over
it down
here.
in the middle.
Okay.
There we go. All right, Miss Carolina, I'll let you finish it up here and show us how to finish it.
As I'm sewing on these handles, I'm actually going to go back and forth on these
Great
handles
idea.
to give myself just some extra security right there.
I love that.
And we're just closing this up all the way around. And when you get to the end, just make sure that you go back over where you started and you stitch all the way around. So now we have
Look
the
at-
top
yes.
sewn. And if you want, you can add extra zigzag stitches here, or after we turn it, you can add extra zigzag stitches to secure this down.
Which I think I would do.
I think so too, yes.
Especially if you're going to be carrying milk.
Oh,
heavy
Right,
things.
that's exactly what I
Yes.
was thinking.
But now we can turn it right side out through that hole.
Okay, so
Okay.
we left that hole in the lining section.
But this is a reversible bag,
Oh, so it
it
could
might
be
not
either.
be the
It might
lining.
not be the lining, but it doesn't
Just
matter,
2
right?
of the pieces. Oh my goodness, it's like Christmas watching this.
Right? And it's so fun. Just the different colors that you get to use for a bag like this.
Again, the pillowcase shake,
Yep.
right?
Yes.
So now we just have a little more stitching. We need to close up that hole.
Okay.
And we're gonna do top stitching around the top.
Okay.
Now you can finger press this. Depending on what you're going to use your bag for, you might want to iron this. I like to
Oh,
usually iron these to
yes.
get this nice and smooth.
Okay.
But you can finger press it as well, just to get
Okay.
a nice edge.
Great.
And then stitch the bottom.
All right, Carolina, our bag is all done.
I
Hooray,
love
hooray.
this.
Now tell our viewers, what is this pattern called?
This is called the Fat Quarter Grocery Tote.
And Erica, where can they find the pattern?
It's a free download at AccuQuilt.com.
Quilters, be sure and share all of your finished bags with us on all of our social media platforms. Use that hashtag AccuQuiltBuilt.
Because at AccuQuilt, we want to help you cut time
so you can quilt
and craft more.